I'm not here to talk about politics, or I could. I've been a politician in some forms, I still am. I just want to sort of cap a period of time. Two Elk is doing what I believe is good, bringing this program to all of you to hear, to know something about our ways. It's good. Black sister, white sister, Chicano brothers, Indian brothers. We're all here together. A lot of this information is things that has been hidden away for so long, we didn't ever think we'd be able to grab onto it. We knew we needed it in order to survive. We came down a road that changed us from being simply natural to eventually picking up a gun and trying to defend ourselves, when all the time we were trying to hold on to something that didn't need to be defended. The land, the earth. You can't hold on to that, only in your heart. What we were actually afraid of was ourselves. That's why the gun came. You all heard of Wounded Knee? You all heard of Sand Creek? You all heard of the things that have gone on in this country? Some of you may agree with it. Some of you may agree with the reasons why we as Indian people responded the way we did. But very few of you are able to agree that we all have a common destiny in the universe. In this classroom, as I stood here, watch these lights work, I'm always reminded of the pure, clean energy that God, the Creator, gave us all. It's running through these lights right now. It's in the wrong place. It's good that we have it while we have a time to teach one another, to see one another. But it's wrong that it was distorted in the fashion that it has. It's made us all sit back without really trying to understand why we're here. It's comfortable, it's a security. It's something for all of us. Look at me. I have a watch, ring, cowboy boots. A long time ago they told me to wear cowboy boots because they fit. Well, they not only fit my feet, but I figured one day I might have to put them somewhere else, because they've got sharp toes. I don't like violence, although I can be a very violent person, just like anybody else. I'm not talking about violence. I'm just trying to let you know the things you saw in this film, like it says, were food for thought. As you go out of this classroom, as you walk down the street, you may not even think about what you heard here. You may even remember the film and the experience. Try to put it in your conscious mind that you're walking upon the earth, not just concrete and pavement. That's what's destroying it. Try to understand that once in a while you've got to look up. These prayers that we're talking about aren't things that I don't stand there every day and wave my arms and talk about. I just acknowledge it. You saw one example of how a prayer is given. I simply acknowledge the Creator. Those are the things that go through my mind that you heard talk about on the film. I think about all these things. I do it constantly. You can't kill me. The reason for that, I'm not afraid of the guns. I don't like them. Even some of the food that I have to eat now is worse than the guns. A long time ago, we used to eat buffalo. And there was a time not so long ago when I was young, when yet the water was clear. The air was clear. At home, we used to have ceremonies and celebrations where all the people would gather. They wouldn't bring their cars. They didn't have any. They'd come on horses and buckboards. They'd cross the rivers and the hills to get there. We didn't have no loudspeakers or no cameras. We had each other. The women cooked. The men talked. We had politics, but they were family politics. We didn't have no leaders to get up and say, you have to do this. We had a game that we played, we call it shinny. It's like a football game. But it was for our family politics. We could take care of ourselves as women and men. The men had to dress up like women, and the women were allowed to dress like men. If you've ever tried to outrun a woman in a skirt who has a club, who's trying to get a ball away from you that she knows doesn't really belong to you, then you know what our shinny game was like and why it was so important in allowing us to retain a balance in our family politics. We've gone away so long today that today a lot of our politics, all of us, all of the people on the earth, today the politics mainly amount to how much more can I get than the other person, not what can I do for the other person. We're in a very serious time, hard to realize because of all these things. When you stop and realize the energy shortages, you have to understand that part of them are put out to make us people think that the government has control of everything. They put out a little bit here, a little bit there, but yet the earth is not putting out either. No politics about it. No politics about it. It's a fact. The water you see on the top in the reservoirs is about all that is left. And that's polluted. What are we going to do about it? Every day, we're going to make a conscious effort to remind ourselves that we have a purpose in life rather than just being people. It's very easy, very hard to maintain it, very easy to present yourself before the Creator. I don't drink, although I used to be a very heavy drinker. I smoke a little grass now and then, sort of like tobacco. I like it. But if I drank today, you'd have just a drunk Indian on your hands, and you wouldn't learn nothing from that. So why we've come, to give you something to hold on to, something to dream about, something to feel, something to know. If you take it seriously, it will teach you to feel. It will teach you to know. It will teach you to smile. It will teach you to have love and know how that feels. So we're going all over the country, talking to people, young people, old people, holding babies, healing one another, reaching down to touch the earth, trying to find out just how much time we do have left. Don't worry about that, though. We just continue to do what we know has to be done. Some of us will survive. We've all heard about it, I'm sure, in the Bible and different things, about all the destruction and disasters that are going to come. You saw some of it on the film, what they talked about. It's a fact, my friends. It's a fact. Not too long ago, I was in Florida. I didn't go there on vacation. While I was there were things that were happening to the earth, and the earth opened up in spots, maybe 100 feet across. Big sinkholes came and houses fell into them with no reasoning. People said, why is this? Who's trying to do this to us? Who's trying to trick us? Up in Michigan during Wounded Knee, the ground opened up again and fire started coming out. In Hawaii, in Russia, volcanoes are going off. Everybody knows about it. But everybody has not talked about it for so long, we've almost forgotten. Prepare yourself. Remember what you heard here today. Ask questions if you desire. Maybe we can answer a few that weren't answered on the film. Be thankful that you're able to come here. I am thankful that I'm able to be here. Each time I see a new face, it makes me feel good. I see some ugly ones, but I see some very pretty ones. That I like. It's good, this life that we have. In spite of all the things that have taken place in the universe, I don't hate anybody. I dislike a lot of people, but I don't hate anybody. It takes too much time. Waste all of your good mind and your good heart when you hate. I don't feel any hate in here. I'm not a preacher. I'm only telling you what I know. I tell the same thing to my children. My one son, who is bigger than I am, may be gentler as he grows older. My daughter and my other son are the same. Don't come here to lay a trip on you or anything like that. What we say here, we have said all over this country, in Europe, all over the world. It's time. So then at this time, it's like being on candid camera. But it's good. Prepare yourself. Don't forget respect. Don't forget to administer your mind. That's all you have. Administer it. You don't have to do anything that you may have seen on that film. No one of us will tell you how to think. We only tell you what there is to understand. You think the way you desire. It's the truth. So we put that in your minds in a sacred way, in a spiritual way. We have come. You see, this case here means more than just a case. There are sacred feathers in it. They come from a sacred creature that flies the highest of all, and is the highest order of the universe, the eagle, who comes down to help us every now and then. I keep them covered because they're so sacred. I take them out when I'm in the air. But inside, I think the current from this electric light would make them sweat like it does to me. So thank you for coming and hearing this. Dean Evenson put this film together. Very good story. We have an organization called NIA, National Indian Advocate. We are a spiritual guardianship. We are protecting the things that are sacred to us. We have not come to teach you our religion or to teach you about our pipes. Those are things that we have to have, like Tuel said, in order to allow you to have hope. I don't want what the Pope has. He's got a problem. I say that with all respect. But he wants what I have. So, thank you. Carry the message with you. At this time, if you have any questions, maybe we can help you understand a little further.
So I would like to ask about the tradition that was made in the calendario azteca, which is the currently we are in the fifth sun, and sometime in the near future we're supposed to be in the sixth sun.
Right. The other night in the dean's house, I was eating with him and his family and some other people. And one was a planetarium person who was putting a program together for the planetarium in Boulder, talking about the stars and how when a nova is created by a star, when it dies, it causes intense density. Talked about the fact that this is the time of the red man's lesson, the fourth lesson of the universe. We talked about a fire. Yes, the sun is in the situation today where it is going to cause a nova as well. In our short lifetimes, we are going to see that. The sun is in its last phase before it begins again. The sixth time, if you want to say that. The sixth time, that's the truth. The sixth, 4 spirits of the universe and the 6 spirit chiefs upon the earth. We're going to start over after this. When paradise comes back, it's up to us people to understand how to make the earth grow again so we can live in paradise. That will be the beginning of the second time. The sun as well is going to participate, as well as the earth. From what we know, we have never seen it. I can't say I remember when it did it the last time. All I can do is prepare myself for it to happen this time. The sun is going to go through 3 stages, according to dreams and prophecies that have come not only to my mind, but into others' minds as well. And it tells us 3 different conditions that the sun is going to take. The first, because of its dyingness, will be gold. It will fade from the color it is today to gold. And then it will get dark blue. That will mean that the sun has died. And then, to allow us to have a chance and to participate in the rebirth, it is going to come back red again. All I can tell you is what I know about it. I believe it. I believe all the things that I've been told because they all fit in. Not one of them doesn't fit in. Not one of them. Science will tell you today that they're expecting it. That's why they have them big telescopes. The sun is going to do a nova. It is the 6th time. It's for humanity. We're in an incredible time. Never before can we remember it. But we will remember it from this day on. The sun is going to take a great part. It rises in the east. It's an eagle when it rises. As it goes to the west, it begins to flutter into a hummingbird. Most people get in the shade to stay away from the sun. That's why. For once, all of us together must know enough about things so we will not forget them. We're going to be shown. The earth is going to shake. The sun is going to burn. We won't forget it that next time. We'll never have to go through it again. I'm not too familiar with the Aztlan teachings, but this is spoken about in all the traditions as well. Any more questions? Yes.
How do you want people to go about preparing for this?
How? Simply acknowledge it. Put it in your frame of reference. It'll take away your paranoia. You know it's there. You're asking me.
Afraid of it, so.
No, you're conscious of it. Maybe paranoid is the wrong word. You're misunderstanding. Cause it paranoia. Simply acknowledge what you hear, what is going on. Look around you. Why are you here? Where have you come from? Where have all the other people come from? How do we prepare? We simply come together. The strongest among us will survive. How will we do that? We will help one another. It's our responsibility. Maybe, like I say, I don't hate anybody, but everybody's here. And a lot of people I dislike because of what they've done. But yet, it's still for all the people to come. The Creator made us all. I didn't make anybody. I participated in putting a few upon the earth, but I didn't make anybody. So how do we prepare? We simply stand together and come close. You're different than I am, but yet we're the same. See, maybe a woman, you're like the earth. And look at today, women are arguing about God is a woman. Why worry about that? There's a little bit of both. That's how we prepare.
Oh,
Any more questions? If not, then it's a good day out.